Alrighty, folks, what is up? Get that fucking music out of here, you goddamn producer. We are here on the live Picasso's post-game show, the push to the playoffs, the Picasso's post-game show. The Bills lose in overtime to the Eagles. Even if you were an alien watching this game from outer fucking space, you understand what a heartbreaker that was. Most importantly, I don't know when the fuck my mic became unplugged. I'm sorry, Picasso's. This is a playoff push. I'm pissed. But I'm not going to be able to go to the Jonas Brothers tomorrow. My girlfriend and I, we both agreed. If the Bills win, I am going to the Jonas Brothers. I'm going to be able to see Waffle House. I'm going to be able to sucker, all of this fun stuff. But no, the Bills can't get a stop. They can't stop them before half with less than 2 minutes left. Can't stop them at the overtime, only needing a field goal. I mean, truthfully, they got him to what, a 3rd and 4 in the overtime period. It felt like they might be against that. That was the easiest play the Eagles had all day. They ran a 5-yard out to Devontae Smith. They ran A.J. Brown deep. I'll wave my hands all over the fucking place. I don't give a shit. I'm sorry. If you're not upset, you don't have a pulse. You're not alive. You're not actually understanding what the hell is going on right now, because that was a monumental loss. And right now, I'm looking on the timelines. I see every single person. It's McDermott. It's McDermott. It's McDermott. I understand. I get it. I mean, they had a chance to win this game. Allen did more than enough. Defense did more than enough. I've scrolled the timeline. I haven't seen one person blaming Gabe Davis for not knowing the routes to run. I haven't seen one person blaming Trent Sherfield not knowing the routes to run. But, let's just blame McDermott of the storm. I get it. He allowed 7 points in the first half. This should have been a blowout. Should have been a blowout in the first half. But when the offense settled for field goals, Tyler Bass missed in those first 40 minutes, okay? So instead of a 16, instead of a, multi-touchdown advantage, this team had no advantage. They did not have an advantage. And all of a sudden, Philly's right back in the game. I don't know if I've ever seen in my life a 14-point fourth quarter lead that you're starting with, 10-point fourth quarter lead that you're starting with become a 4-point deficit within less than 3.5 minutes. That was absolutely obscene. So Josh Allen and co, they did the job. What do you want to say? Bills Mafia loves looking for someone to blame. I get it. And you want to blame McDermott because obviously Allen did his job and we love all the guys on the defense and we know that defensive guys are missing. I'm sorry. As far as, this ship, I've said this to people before. People want me to get more pissed at McDermott. I've said that he's fucked up. I've said that there's been times where he's cost the Bills. He had a terrible challenge against the Bengals that ended up, being a befuddlement. They had an absolute terrible decision-making at the end of the first half against the Bucs that cost them points for certain. I don't know. I can't be beyond upset after this game. Even though the defense allowed 37 and allowed, 30 points in the second half, 30 fucking points in the second half. You should be sent to the sun if you allowed 30 points in a half in the NFL. But the Bills did it. By the way, the Bills scored 17 points that half, so it's not like they weren't doing anything as well. Both teams play, both teams prepare. It's just tough. I mean, I feel like in this game, nobody can tell me that the Bills weren't battling the refs in this game. I think the Bills got one call that was really iffy. It was on the Josh Allen, roughing the passer with roughly, I don't know if it was an OT or late in the drive in the fourth quarter, but that was the only one after an entire game where the staff was just being ticky-tack about the Bills, okay? And I see it, everyone tuning in here on Picasso's post-game show, the Picasso's playoff push here on YouTube and Twitter. Yeah, I'm fucking pissed. I don't know how many more times I have to use the F word. The FCC might honestly come after me, and they might call me bullshit because it's like, oh, you're just sending a bunch of nonsense. No, it's emotionally how I feel. Josh Allen did everything they can to lose the game. I circle back right here, okay? Stephon Diggs had a drop. Stephon Diggs had a crucial drop. Gabe Davis ran the wrong way on a route that would have won the game. You're telling me from that reaction that wouldn't have won the game from Allen? Everyone wants to juxtaposition Allen as some kind of hero and McDermott as some kind of loser when Gabe Davis is the one who can turn around and win the game right there. Okay, so he turns the wrong way and he doesn't win the game. I get it. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, everyone wants to say coaching was better. Coaching was better in this game. I don't know. I don't know if this wasn't just a good game between two good teams and the Bills lost, truthfully, at the end of the day. I might sound like a loser saying that. I might have sounded like a loser my entire fucking life. Seriously, being a Bills fan. No mortal should have to go through this pain, okay, on the Picasso's playoff push. But if you're just circling here on YouTube, Twitter, we are circling back. Right now, it sucks. We got help today for the Bills, but it's down to 15%. They started the day with a 24% chance to make the playoffs. I believe it could have got up to 46, 45, or even more than that with a win. Obviously, that was very close in the second half, being up double digits multiple times, 10 points going into the fourth quarter. But the Bills cannot get it done. I'm just going to say this right now, and it is a plug. Picasso's Pizza always gets it done for you. Go to picassospizza.net, order Gold Belly anywhere in the nation, order anywhere locally, East Aurora, South Towns, North Towns. Get your Picasso's Pizza, because today the Bills were looking for answers, and it felt like they got them every single time they needed them except the end. It felt like we ran out of time, truthfully, just like the Chiefs game. And I'm not, again, this does not go back. I cannot smack this table enough to making excuses for McDermott, to making excuses for the spaghetti staff. Bills fans are pissed. Bills fans are furious. Bills fans are upset. And you can't be upset at Josh Allen because he basically did everything he can to win the game, even though he had a turnover on the minus side of the field at the end of the day. But anytime we needed him to win the game in the second half, he more than did the job. He more than answered the call. He more than rose to the task. And instead, you're sitting here with a fucking loss and a 1 6 1/3 chance of making the friggin' playoffs in the NFL. I can't believe the Bills are not going to make the playoffs. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, if they don't, we're on the playoff push here. And I am, just to be clear, if I ever get negative, and I will get negative because I reserve the right to be realistic. I reserve the right to be in touch with reality. I reserve the reality to touch grass, as people on the internet say. I am Captain John Smith on the Titanic with McDermott. I don't care if there's water over the bulkhead. I don't care if there's water in the D deck. I don't care if there's water in the C deck, the B deck, the A deck. I don't care if people can't open the gate to get up from steerage to first class. I am going down with the ship. I am not a J. Bruce Ismay, okay, when it comes to McDermott. I get it. Anyone can be upset they want. Anyone can be upset they want. We've gone as far as we can with McDermott. You're going to hear it all week. Going to hear it probably all the rest of the season for sure, with this team now again at 500. But my goodness, I mean, there are so many other factors besides McDermott, if you want to look to it, specifically on why we couldn't win this game at the end of the day. Okay, there's so many reasons on why the Bills couldn't win this game. And we look to the playoff odds again, and we see that they are 15%. Now, with that said, let's be a little bit optimistic. It is the playoff push, okay? So the Bills just lost. I totally get that. You don't have to explain it to me again. But the Bills don't play next week. They have a bye. So we're going to sit on that for a moment. So we've got the Titans at the Colts. Let's say with the Titans win. Let's see with the Cardinals win over the Steelers next week. Let's see with Bucks over Panthers, Commanders over Dolphins, Texans over Broncos, and Rams over Browns. Let's see what happens with that. Just by that alone, You get back to 21%. So that's 4 home teams winning and a road team, the Cardinals with Kyler Murray, winning at the Steelers next week. So, let's see. And we got Jaguars at Bengals. Let's see if the Jaguars win that, what happens. Nothing really, doesn't change much. Still at 22, 23%. Okay, let's say you get all that. Okay, let's say you compile that. Next week, you get the Patriots to go, that week 14 now I'm talking. You get the Patriots to go on road and beat the Steelers. You get the Jets to beat the Texans at home. You get the Jaguars to beat the Browns on the road. And again, by the way, I'm talking kooky. If you think I'm crazy right now, that's a fact. And the Bills win in week 14. So here's the fact. If the Bills games go the way the next 2 weeks and they beat the Chiefs, they'll be looking at a 48% chance to make the playoffs. So this feels like an absolute death blow. Don't get me wrong. This feels absolutely brutal to lose this game versus the Eagles. But this is the Picasso's playoff push. I'm not thinking about the brutality. I'm thinking about the opportunity, okay? And that's, again, the Titans beating the Colts next week, the Cardinals beating the Steelers, the Bucks, Commanders, Texans, and Rams all winning at home, okay? And then in week 14, you have the Patriots and Jaguars winning on the road, the Jets winning at home against the Texans, and the Bills beating the Chiefs. That'll get us to a 48% chance to make the playoffs. That is just 2 weeks away. That is a 50% chance to make the playoffs, and all it involves is the Bills beating the Chiefs, okay? So I know we order Picasso's. I know we get excited. It's delicious. We want to clap them cheeks, but let's focus on having our games go the next week, and then in 2 weeks, the Bills clapping them Chiefs. I know it sucks. I know it's frustrating. I know this week is about to be probably hell, and these next 2 weeks will be, but at the end of the day, let's go Bills.